The focus is now turned to what happens next with quarterback Justin Fields. Now, if you have not heard the latest on this, maybe not, imagine the opening scene from Hamlet, Shakespeare's Hamlet. We all had to learn that, whether we liked it or not, in school. So you learn Hamlet, and Justin Fields, the fifth-year option, the question is to be picked up or not to be picked up, just like out of Hamlet. Same thing. Shakespeare was ahead of the time. All right, so let us discuss the question. What are the chances that the Steelers do decide to go down that road with quarterback Justin Fields and his fifth-year option? So I've got Consumer Reports, Lollipop Salesman, and Combo Meal. And we will combine all of these things together, and we are going to make a wide-open Moneyball, which I knocked down. The three-point shot. I'm Moneyball Maller. It's one of my nicknames. All right, so I'm going to set the Maller Sportsbook odds on this realistically. Right, realistically. So what are the chances that Justin Fields has his fifth-year option picked up without even playing a game in a Pittsburgh uniform? So I don't want to be too outrageous. The odds are 0.0%. Those are the odds. That's it. The Steelers are not going to lock Justin Fields up. There's no reason, even though there are some saying, well, maybe they should. He's the future. A, you don't know if he's the future. B, you don't even know how much he's going to get on the field at this particular point, right? And there is a better chance. There's a better chance the franchise in Pittsburgh relocates to Anchorage, Alaska, and becomes the Anchorage Steelers than Justin Fields has his fifth-year option picked up. It makes no sense. So forget about it. Now, you got to look at this. And I've been getting emails from Steeler fans who are all like on the ledge. They're like, hey, you got to talk me off the ledge here. It's like, and then there's other Steeler fans that are delusional that think they're getting the Russell Wilson from 7 or 8 years ago, and they're getting Justin Fields at Ohio State and all that. And I was like, there's really no one in the middle. Right? There's no one in the middle when it comes to these Steeler quarterbacks. But we're talking about Justin Fields right now. So there's a 0.0% chance that the fifth-year option is picked up for Justin Fields. But it is like a Consumer Reports guide, right? And you're taking the advice out of Consumer Reports, and you're taking Justin Fields for a test drive, although you might not even take the car off the lot. So if you're Mike Tomlin here, you've got to see how Fields performs. It's like when you're driving a car, right? You check out, see if there's any problems, see the steering, the suspension, the brakes, all that stuff. Got to make sure it all works. And right now, at this moment, without any practices or anything like that, from what we're told, Justin Fields has been pigeonholed as the QB2. He'll be quarterback 2, the backup in Pittsburgh. And so that's where he is right now. But there's, a better chance of winning Powerball than the Steelers handing over $25.7 million. That is what the fifth-year option would be for Justin Fields. Sight unseen. The only people that do dumb stuff like that are the Broncos, who gave Russell Wilson the massive contract, which he didn't even play a down under, and that's why Russ is now in Pittsburgh, because the Broncos were so giddy to get Russell Wilson that they couldn't wait to give him the contract. They gave him the contract, and then he couldn't play. He couldn't play a lick. All right, now, we pivot from Pittsburgh, PA, the quarterback carousel spinning round and round and round. And big money, no whammy. Stop. We stop now where a folk hero, a man who lit up the interweb for like one day. Actually, it was like 2 days. A star. Viral star. And then it all fizzled out. We're talking about Joshua Dobbs, the former Viking and Cardinals quarterback, Josh Dobbs. He has found a new home. And I don't know if you saw this or not, and maybe not, but Josh Dobbs has agreed to a deal with the 49ers. Come on down. The price is right. So Joshua Dobbs goes to San Francisco, gets a one-year contract, and that includes a whole bunch of guaranteed money, $2.2 million of guaranteed money. Pretty good money, considering Joshua Dobbs was a fringe NFL player a couple years ago, completely out of the league for a stretch. And now he's hanging out with the Millionaires Club, $2.2 million. So Joshua Dobbs landing the 1-year fully guaranteed contract with the 49ers. Is this a good fit? That is the question. Is this a good fit? And the answer is yes. This is on the Maller report card in terms of backup quarterbacks. I like this. This seems like it makes sense. So I'm going to go A+ on this. And in theory, Joshua Dobbs, who's in his tail end of his athletic prime, he's in his not mid-30s, I think 31. So your athletic prime ends at 32. But as a backup, you can hang around. Actually, I think he's a little older than that. But Brandon Allen, the other guy, he's 31. I know that. Brandon Allen, who's bounced around the NFL, he's 31. Dobbs is in that same age range. And so they will duke it out to replace Sam Darnold. Now, is that 49er backup quarterback job the job that you go to and actually you increase your value by not playing? Like the Minnesota Vikings have, for all intents and purposes, handed the starting job to Sam Darnold to lose. Now, they're going to draft a quarterback by most accounts in Minnesota, and that's who they're going to be grooming. But Sam Darnold, for the time being, is going to be given the keys to the car and drive it away. Knock yourself out. But Joshua Dobbs, he is the perfect backup quarterback in the sense he doesn't cost all that much, right? And teams are always paranoid about the money. I'm not paranoid about the money. But Dobbs doesn't cost that much. And as an added bonus, for a couple of weeks here and there, you get something. Now, he was all right with the Cardinals for a couple of weeks here and there, and then went to the Vikings and had a couple of good games, and then it all fell apart. He does turn the ball over a lot, but he's a backup quarterback. And if you're playing your backup, it's not going that great. And you're not going to have the Nick Foles 2.0. That's not likely to happen very often at all. Now, here's the other thing here, right? He's got the good sidebar story. He's got the good sidebar story there, the Pastronaut. He's got the nickname and all that. And he continues a wacky journey around the NFL, the wacky journey that Dobbs continues to be living as a traveling lollipop salesman. Now, when I did some fill-in stuff locally in Boston, there was a guy that did the late-night show who did sell lollipops. And it fascinated me. I talked to him a few times. His gig was to travel around and sell lollipops to Walmart and Target, and there's like big money involved in placing the lollipops right near the front. You know the checkout stands there? Because that's where they sell most of the lollipops. He was explaining to me that people don't go to the store looking for lollipops. It's one of those things they just kind of find on their way when they're checking out. And so they have to pay big money to these big box stores to get placement. But get to the point. I'm getting carried away. But Joshua Dobbs is like the traveling lollipop salesman. You look at his suitcase, and I mean, he's been all over. He's been to Pittsburgh twice, Cleveland twice, Jacksonville, Tennessee. Remember, he started a playoff game for the Titans, or a play-in game. It was a couple years ago. I think it wasn't even a playoff game. It was to get in the playoffs against Jacksonville. Detroit never played in a game with the Lions, but was on the roster. And Arizona and Minnesota. And now he's going to the 49ers. So he's going to have a massive jersey collection in his man cave. All right, now the last word here. And we head now to the Nevada desert where a shakeup at the running back position. The Raiders have a new, not running back one, but they have a new name that we've heard of, the Raiders, agreeing to terms with former Minnesota Vikings on the move. Former Minnesota running back Alexander Mattison. He now heads to Lost Wages, Nevada. So the question on this one, how do you assess the Raiders picking up the ex-Purple People Eater, Alexander Mattison? So this is another one. I'm Benny Brightside here. I think this is a sneaky good move. And let me make my elevator pitch why I believe it is a sneaky good move. So Josh Jacobs had fallen out of favor with the Raider brass, so they didn't want to pay him. He found money in Green Bay. He skedaddled off to Wisconsin, so he got paid somewhat what he was looking for, allegedly, on the free agent market. So you've got that. And I'm looking at that Vegas team, and it's like, well, they have Gardner Minshew, and he's not a headline quarterback. But Vegas will form a combo meal. All right, think about this backfield. A combo meal with Zamir White, the former Georgia player. And this guy is built like an absolute house. I mean, he is insane. I'm all choked up even talking about it. I think there's something in the trash here that is messing with my throat. Anyway, Vegas going to form a combo meal with Mattison and Zamir White in the backfield. You've got the jumbo fries, the extra large drink, good to go. And Mattison, he did flop, and Dalvin Cook went to the Jets, and Mattison came in there, and he did not get it done. He only had 700-something yards. He did not even score a touchdown. However, when he was a combo back a couple years ago with Dalvin Cook, he was good. He was really good. So we'll see what happens. All right, fill out your tourney bracket now in the Fox Sports Radio Bracket Challenge. Here's how it works. You visit foxsportsradio.com to register. You should have that saved already. Fill out your bracket and get rules compete against Fox Sports Radio talent and fellow listeners to see who has the best bracket. The winning bracket wins the ultimate college sports trip for you and a friend with a $2,000 graduate hotel gift card. How cool is that? A $1,500 travel credit and a basketball swag bag. I'm all about the swag bag. You get that if you win this. The FoxSportsRadio.com Bracket Challenge is now live, and it is presented by Graduate Hotels, where college fans stay, and by Tractor Supply. So good luck. Again, FoxSportsRadio.com. Register, fill out your bracket. Good luck to you.